Hello.
How many does he have?
What do you mean? How many abilities? I guess we'll see. Yeah, we'll see that now. Alright. Shall we just start with Scorpion?
No.
Do you not like the idea of just getting one of the more annoying characters out of the way? What about Liu Kang?
Starting with Jax.
Alright, we're starting with Jax. Alright, so there is talk of there being a third tournament setting or preset that each character can use in ranked matches. And we decided we're gonna break them all down and guess what they're gonna be. And we're starting with Jax.
Because Jax is the best.
Oh god, that looks
What's
awful.
his other one?
Alright, so we've got Grin and Barrett, which has these. He replaces his stiff armed move. He can now also destroy projectiles and generate heat from that, and he gets a giant overhead attack. This one is the one I use all the time. What do you think he's gonna have?
What does he have?
He has... Alright, so the ones that have been used we'll ignore. So, of all the choices that are left... Enhanced Outrank. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Oh, snap.
What's that?
I think it's gonna be...
What's that rank?
Lethal Clap. He can clap and expend heat to deal damage, so based on how hot his arms are, he'll do that much more damage, I imagine. Or if it's like his projectile that he gets from the heat, then he can do it as many times until it depletes. Ground Shatter, because just look at what that says. It modifies the ground pound, launching opponents high into the air.
Right.
His ground pound becomes pop-up. Boop!
What's that rank?
Outranked is some combos that he has, and this changes them. Additional hits dealing increased damage.
Which one doesn't he have in the other set? Because you're missing one. So the one that you think is going to be ignored.
The one that is going to be ignored is this one. The grenade launcher is replaced with a shotgun. Did that just happen? That's Jack's done, right? You agree with those?
Yeah.
I think it's a very dangerous setup. Can we not do random? Because we'll forget that we did Jax and we'll come across
Let's go in
Jax like...
alphabetical order.
Now let's just go from the top. We've got our boy Shang Tsung, right? He... what,
Just give him the ninjas, for God's sake.
the one selling point of using him. And they don't have it in either of them. So, Warlock is all about the fireballs. Ground Eruption and Inferno Skull. Bolts of Hellfire erupt from the ground with down back 1. And enhancing the Inferno Skull allows him to fire twice upon amplifying, yeah. So, that's probably his best one. Then you got the Spellmaster. Replacing the Fire Skull with a bolt of pure soul energy. Which... This move bothers me. Not because it's a strong move, I don't care about that. It's more, if you ever notice it, I don't know if you have, but... You know when Shang Tsung actually uses that move? The trail just disappears midway. Like, it doesn't have that time to just, like, fly off the screen and go naturally, it just disappears. And that just looks tacky. That's just me being picky. Soul Well is good. It allows him to get some health back. Scatter Souls is kind of pointless. Yeah, that's a pointless move. But based on the ones that he has here, the Essence of Many.
I might just make one of those a general range.
Oh, they could. I'm thinking they might make this one. Because it has the Inferno Barrier, summons a pillar of flames behind the opponent, so you can control the space with that. Explosive Corpses, that speaks for itself. the most annoying move that Shang Tsung has. And Vile Sorcery is him trying to be Shao Kahn with his buffs.
Shao Kahn's not the only one with buffs.
Buffs that work in that way, where he increases his own damage or reduces theirs. Stuff like that. But if we were to build one, comprising of whatever Shang Tsung has left, I think it's gonna be... Alright.
I think 2 ninjas are another move.
I think it's gonna be Explosive Corpses.
Ermac.
Where's Ermac?
At the top.
Why is Ermac at the top away from the other ones? And... I'm thinking either Smoke or Reptile.
Yeah, Reptiles has a crushing blow, they're not that kind.
Reptile has a crushing blow?
Yeah.
What? What's the criteria on it?
It's from max range.
And is it upon enhancing?
He kicks in the ribs.
I never knew that. This one's actually really hard to decide. That keeps him safe from things if you're able to predict what's about to happen.
Because he's got the corpses. If you're close, he'll lift you.
The corpse isn't the force lift, yeah. Yeah, I agree. The shake.
So you can't zone him.
You can't zone him, but he can zone you, and if you get too close, you're gonna eat one of the bigger combos that he can pull off with this set. Do you agree?
Why not?
Yeah.
Your salt is funny.
Your shorty, fuck.
What did you call it?
Tournament 3. Except Jax's one can stay arms, you know? My boy! Shao Kahn was pre-order bonus. But I don't think that changes anything. What does he have?
I think they're going to make him stupidly overpowered if they don't use any of these.
So, Ridicule is fun to pull off. Ground Shatter is good when your opponent just doesn't see it coming. Leaves you stupidly open though. Wrath Hammer has a crushing blow. I love that crushing blow. It's fun. Rising Emperor or Risen Emperor has Annihilation, the Up Wrath Hammer, and Dark Priest. Shao Kahn's recent buffs makes the Dark Priest more usable, like it did Ridicule. So these two are very good as they are, but based on what he has left, oh, what the hell? I think it's gonna have Skewered. For sure, it's gonna have Skewered.
The back hammer.
Seeking Wrath Hammer. And...
Air Wrath Hammer.
Throw a large hammer. So he's got his shoulder charge going into Skewered. That's...
He's got a move where if he does his stupidly slow jump, he can actually hit with his hammer. How slow is that going to be?
It's quicker than him off the ground. No, on the ground, sorry. My god. Do you agree with this overall?
Yeah, it's quite dumb. I like it.
I think in place of one of the hammers, Spear Charge might be in there, but personally I don't like the move Spear Charge. I prefer him with the shoulder tackle. Yeah. Skewered is this first one. That's already in there.
Yeah, out of the ones that are left.
I think, yeah, based on the ones that are left.
I don't think he'll have Spear Charge.
No. Terrible move.
And if they give him to him, well, that's sad.
That's just sad. That's Shao Kahn in a nutshell, I think. What's next?
Frosty.
Frosty! Let's start from scratch. Alright, so Frost
That's really good.
has... You think so? This one?
Yeah, wait, what? No, not one then. Yeah, that.
Oh. My
It's
god.
got a crushing blow on it.
The crown? The crown has a crushing blow. Oh. Oh. Oh, you mean... Oh. Hang on, let me just check what Frost has. The lunge, the glacier carving, and microburst.
That's for that one.
Microburst gives me Sub-Zero Deadly Alliance vibes, because he has that move where he's just like... Do you remember? Where he
Yeah.
just...
Yeah.
What's funny is Frost didn't have that move back then. They just decided, now Frost can do that now.
That's probably where they got it from.
Maybe.
This one's okay.
Do either of them have crushing blows?
That does.
The barrage has crushing blow on it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fair. But I'm guessing overall you prefer this one.
Combos.
Yeah, the top and bottom one.
But you know how you use the Molotov? You can use her head in the same way. Because people are going to be like, no, I don't want to get frozen.
Oh, fair.
And walk away.
It gets people to move, so and if
they
they're
jump,
close
you
enough.
can just one triangle, which is really
Yeah. Anyway, based on what Frost has left over, let's try and build Tournament Preset 3.
I saw a combo that Frost did with that.
On you?
Yeah, as an AI.
Ouch. You're...
Kinda hurt.
Did you get your ass handed to you?
No.
Oh. Okay, fair. What's this? Damage dealt by chest energy core attacks is enhanced. Well, she doesn't have very many of those, so I don't think it would be good to have that.
She has a...
Yeah, but you would need them all to... Nah, I don't agree with that.
She doesn't have many left, does she? No,
No.
that's... Is that not... Oh, no, it's not. Never mind. That move's annoying.
Oh, see, now if we do it like this, she's going to have a repeat, unless you use that. But none of those two moves use the chest core.
No, but she has a... She has that move where she just instantly knocks you to the ground.
I think... This doesn't have a crushing blow on it, does it?
No.
So there's less overall potential in
No,
having this
it's
move.
good against people who jump.
Yeah.
But her recovery from it sucks if she misses.
Well, it's the same with Kung Lao as well, with his Shaolin dive.
What's called trap do?
Core trap creates a freezing trap, and if you're caught inside it for long enough, you turn to ice and you take damage, I think. So, wait, what's the crushing blow on Ice Auger?
Max range.
Max range. So you can have them in a core trap, they're going to panic about being frozen, they're going to jump out, or try to jump out. You set up an Ice Auger in the meantime whilst they're panicking, that's possibly guaranteed crushing blow on that?
I mean, I think it's max range, I don't know.
Wow. Well, this is assuming that that crushing blow criteria is hit from max range. You can force them to jump out of the trap and then start some
Plus,
combos.
it's another one of those, they're going to want to jump away so you can lunge into them.
Yeah, this gives Frost that same type of control that her first one does. No, not her first one. Yeah. Well, first in the tournament list. But second on my conveyor of Frost builds.
Oh shit.
Yeah. What is that?
The purple one looks good.
Do you agree with this one?
Yeah. Solid.
That's Frost done. Nice.
Wolfie. He's got a lot of weird moves.
Mr. Matoka has not even been in game for like few week and is going to get third build. 3. Nightwolf. We're now gonna look at what he already had. That if he has Hannah's Wrath in his third
That's
one.
very good.
If he has that, he has way too much. He won't have Rising Tomahawk with it though.
Obviously.
So if he had Hannah's Wrath and Rising Tomahawk, it's like, oh, you can't do anything to me, but I can still do everything to you. That's
Plus you can't block it.
horrifying. Can you imagine? So he has Spirit of Kiba, Rising Tomahawk
More
on one.
popular one.
This one's way better.
I like both of them.
I think this one's more fun because of what you can pull off with it, but I think this overall gives you more options. And there's 2 crushing blows in that. You're right. So, Tomahawk Swing, Grappling Stalker, Moonlight Reflector, Rising Tomahawk, and Spirit of Kiba. Can't use those. Right, let's go. This is gonna be in it. My god, can you imagine? Is this unblockable in this game? I can't remember if it was.
You can block it.
We messed around with this earlier.
You can block it.
Okay. But it still does a fair chunk of damage, doesn't it? I think it would be the worst thing in the world if he does.
Get rid of everything so that it's fresh.
Replaces Rhino Charge, roll forward, and
Thing
knock
is,
the
if he
opponent
needs
off
that,
their
he
feet.
needs the other one.
Can now be amplified during the roll to knock the opponent up.
So if he has both of those, then he'll need something that can go with them.
So yeah, no Ancestral Light because of
That's
this.
what I'm talking
But this is his anti-zoning move, and this was what was hyped,
about.
I think, in his combat cast.
Yeah.
So
if he's anti-zoning with that, then get something else that he can just use in his combos without.
launch an arrow that calls down lightning if it hits the opponent.
Moonfall's like Takeda's. Do you remember when he dropped his running?
And then you can summon it and it
Yeah.
comes up. Oh, okay.
That in combos where it's really hard. So,
That again is just more for control of the field, isn't it? Do you get plus frames off of this?
Don't know.
How quickly does he recover off of firing that? Because if that calls lightning down and hits the opponent, I remember what this move does. It downs the opponent instantly, doesn't it? They just drop like. But how much space does that give Nightwolf in terms of frame advantage? I can't remember.
I think it's a little bit, because what's the point of replacing your arrow with it?
I think this would be good because.
What's at the bottom?
What's at the bottom? Moonlight Reflector. Oh no, Spirit of Kiba. Oh wait, no. Let's not punch that in yet. Spirit of Como. Take less damage. Spirit of Hana empowers Nightwolf. This buffs some of his moves, doesn't it? And then Hana's Wrath is... You don't want to get hit by this. Oh, see?
I'd say either Hana's Wrath or the Como.
Take less damage. Yeah, you know what, I think...
with that you can't zone him, but if he's up close with you...
This makes
he's
Nightwolf hard to
bit
kill, both from range and in your face.
But with Hana's Wrath you can...
Get rid of any enhancements.
Yeah, so they can't...
They're both just as good as each other. That's enhancements. You can't amplify any moves.
Yeah.
We need to, yeah, amplify.
Sorry, Scorpions.
Takes less damage, gets rid of enhance, or amplify, sorry. I keep getting the two mixed up.
People can't chuck two projectiles at you if you hit them with a Hana's Wrath.
He can easily... So if he hits a Frost, for example, with Hana's Wrath, and Frost tries to amplify...
He can go under the thing.
I think that,
That's
as a
pretty
combination, is probably the best. Because he can get close.
He can ruin you if you get hit by Hana's Wrath, because if you try to projectile, you can't double down, because they always go to a mid in the second one.
Yeah.
So he can just duck under it.
It helps to duck under the first projectile. There are a lot of characters in this game that have a second projectile, so Hana's Wrath gets rid of that, and he can then charge forward with a back forward 4, and choose to pop you up as well.
Or you can reflect, because they only have one projectile, so it's easier to reflect their only one, and then if they're busy guarding, you can come in.
I think that sounds great. I think I've lost my phone. Oh snap, I've left my phone in the car. Oh well. Yeah, no, Nightwolf, I think this gives him way more control. And he can turn the tide at any given point. I think this is it. Do you think this is it?
Yeah.
This is it. And this is
They
going to be
can't-
devastating if this is actually what they decide on.
They can't just hype that and not do anything.
That's true. I didn't want to just keep that in casual. I wanted to see like everything that could be pulled off with it in ranked. That's T3 Nightwolf done. Johnny Cage.
Ah!
It just better not be this
Stand
though.
in!
Showtime.
Oh, I love that casual set. It's stupid.
Alright, so Johnny has Showstopper, the dumbest but possibly
Strongest
the most damaging
thing.
tournament variation that he has. And Shock Jock, which has Cage, Rage, and Mime Time. I hardly see anyone make use of the Brass Knuckles. See, right. What am I trying to say here? The thing with Johnny is, you know how easy it is for him to get in your face because of the range he has on his attacks, and how often he just pokes you
Now
to
that I
death.
think about it, I don't see why everyone uses this set when you can't break away from his.
You can't break away from any of this. But
I
here,
barely see any of those moves used.
I've tried this one quite a few times against you. I use this one more than this against you, don't I?
I use my stunt doubles.
But Johnny's pressure with this one, surely the brass knuckles more because you can just poke them to death. With, well, actually no, then again, yeah. You can you can still do damage when people just about get their guard up from trying to attack you.
Let's go.
Right. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh, thank you, chef. Pissed off throws a flurry of punches. That's a great way to end your combos. But
Yeah.
let's just look through everything else that he has.
Yin.
So if we go pissed off, maybe one of these, and then, you see, no, I'm thinking this. Forget the two force balls. He still has a force ball in that
Hey,
setup.
I have that setup.
He
But he doesn't have his kick.
no, because that's the start. Yeah, no, I think that's fine. Do you think that's fine? I wouldn't want to see the other one.
I don't know, pissed off.
Pissed off's a great combo ender.
I have pissed off on my one.
Never use it.
I do use it, but it doesn't do much when I put it on the end of a combo. Because what I tend to do is I call my my boy in from the back, he holds onto the person. And I do the normal Johnny combo, and putting pissed off on the end of that doesn't really add anything. So you could put Rising Star as an antidote. So it's command grab and antidote, what are you thinking?
His combos are already horrible in the corner as it is, and I think
That's
pissed
true.
off. Yeah, no, you're right. I think he does.
Or you can anti-air with a force ball, but that gets rid of his thing, so...
Yeah, he has a straight force ball and an anti-air, so I think overall this is probably his best one.
I mean...
Are we in agreement of this one?
I know no one else is because they want the kick, but I like that stunt doubles, so... Go on then.
Then saying that, I hardly see Johnny's use the shadow kick, so he's not really losing out on much, is he?
Thing is, you can duck the kicks. Because it's a good anti-air, but if you have the thing, then it's really a good anti-air.
Oh. Whoa. Hardly anything here. Okay. So ops drop, crushing counters, marching orders, energy rings, downward energy rings, and the cat turret drop. Based on what she has left over, we're gonna...
Searing General...
What's that? Perform a
It's like
flying
the
kick
Warriors.
while in the air. Or Kitana's
Oh, yeah.
booty smash thing. That's the second time that's happened. Just leave it! I'm not even doing anything. I'm just in here.
Why is this online?
I don't know. It makes the games just like the base memory of the game a lot less when everything's on a server. Otherwise, imagine all of this being built in. It would make the data for this game in the storage so much more. But I don't care. At least that way I'll disconnect less. Oh well. Right.
Baraka's is gonna be fun.
Oh my god. Right, we need to empty this. Based on what Blade has left, she's gonna have that for movement. Sometimes I use Kung Lao's Shaolin Dive just to get away.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sometimes these moves, when they don't hit, and you can find other ways to use them, they're very good. Turret trauma, additional lethal turret attacks. No, she doesn't need a turret. Oh my god.
She needs the turret.
There's nothing else left.
Summon cat turret and the bomb. Oh.
Appear and assist in combat. It's either going to be Soaring General and a General Cat turret.
What does the cat turret do without the bomb?
That looks like it fires grenades.
It
So I'm
does.
guessing that one fires bullets, and that gives it grenades.
Oh, I'm not... Don't have anything better.
I don't care about Sonya Blade, if I'm honest. So it's either this, or
I think
this.
having that is pointless. If you're gonna have the turret.
Yeah, if you have the turret, then you're not getting the full use out of it by having the Soaring General, but that...
I mean, I love my flight in the air. It looks stupid. But...
I think with how slow jumping and the general movement in this game is,
I like
having
your
moves
puns.
like that...
I like your puns. Yeah, just put the bomb on.
But I just think moves like this help with movement. But I guess Blade doesn't need it.
It's not like anyone's going to use this set when you have the other set.
That's true. So if they can make a third one, based on what's left here, I think this is probably it.
I think it's best if they do it without the stuff they've already used.
Yeah, I don't want any repeats. I think that's what we're trying to go for here as well. We don't want any repeats.
Oh, Noob's so screwed then. Actually, no, he can teleport in the air if he has it.
He hasn't got the snag. Has he got the snag in one of them?
No.
He's got the snag in neither. Oh, he's fine then. When we get to Noob, you're laughing, mate.
The teleport.
We'll be just fine when we get to Noob. Cassandra Cage. Don't be such a Cassandra.
I think with her as well, no one's going to use the third one because the first one's really good.
Her first one is too good to just... Yeah.
And again, the bubble is quite annoying.
No,
if you can set it up. Sometimes she gets hit before she can hit you.
Alright, so she has Digital Soldier, which is all of her gun-based moves. And then Yas Queen is her little BLB 118 and shoulder charge. With what she has left,
That's good.
so she has the Bitching Bubble, which creates a damaging bubble. The Burst gives her plus frames. That's like, both of her setups are really strong, actually. So it's going to be hard to make a third one that can actually match the power of her first two. Bitching Bubble, a damaging bubble. If you're inside it, you'll get hurt. Advance, fly in several directions for movement, and that's got a crushing blow in it. Oh, actually, no, I don't like that. Actually, then
I
again,
think that's good movement, and good trapping again, like before, because
it's kind of like
it's like
what?
Raiden's thing.
Yeah.
Except his hits you if you hit the corners. But I think people would not want to go near you, but then you can soar into them
Yeah.
if they try to jump.
So you can create a bitching bubble. Oh my god, it's kind of like Kano's first one. No, not his first one. Is Dirtbag his first one?
No.
Okay, well, Dirtbag. The Dirtbag variation that Kano has, he has a cocktail, which you can throw into the scene, and it lights a fire. Now, some people don't mind taking the extra damage and maintaining their footing. They'll stay in it. Other people panic and will move. That gives you a chance to Kano ball,
People
right?
who dash are smarter than the ones who jump. But you get a lot of people who jump, so you can just soar into them with the kick.
Yeah. So set up a bitching bubble, flying glow kick, done. And depending on where you're at and what's going on, that's an easy crushing blow. And the advance is, I guess, to counter if the same thing is happening to you. I think this is it. This is actually pretty good.
Control.
This is good control. Yeah, this is very controlling. Not even in the sense of leveraging with a projectile. This is like, you can't stand there because you'll get hurt. Or if you dare to think of moving, you're going to eat a glow kick to the face.
Next.
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 That was so easy. Scorpion!
Ugh. I'm dreading this moment.
It's fine. Again, he's got the same problem as, or we think he might have the same problem as Cassie, where what other good stuff is there that he has that is usable, you know? So he's got the iconic Reborn and Searing Rage sets that are just so fun to go up against. So fun. Especially after the patch. They are just too good. Let's empty this. Hellflame throws fireballs at the opponent. Demon Breath. Upon enhancing this, do you get plus frames? I don't know. Demon Dash is fun. The Sin Blade, is that in? Oh, it's not. It's not. Can perform an additional air attack. Scorpion's one's harder than I thought. Why would you want this one? This is a silly move. I'm thinking Sin Blade, Demon Dash. Or actually, no. Misery Blade and Sin Blade. Begin drawing the Kitana can be followed up with several attacks, and then maybe the Sin Blade can help to extend combos off of that. I don't know, they just both involve the Kitana. Because he's got one based on his teleportation. So his true, like, ninja side. One involving the chain. And now one for his katanas. I think... I don't even know, because when you try to go for something that's really powerful based on what he has left, it just doesn't look like it goes well together. These are both based on his blades, so I think this one is probably best. I don't know. This isn't me trying to get past Scorpion as quick as possible, I promise. Noob Saibot.
Can I do this one?
It's called Communist because of the sickle, but
Can I,
T3.
Can I have the honours? I mean, you talk, but I'm just...
Alright, so we're gonna see what he has. This is Seeing Double, which has the Ghost Ball, he can Teleslam from the air, and Shadow Slide. Shadow Slide got buffed, by the way, so if people aren't using that, easy 16% damage. For his worth in a low, my god. And this one has the Spirit Ball, Shadow Portals, now sends only the opponent through the portal, great combo extender, and the Sickle Port.
Oh, sure.
Now, if we empty this, now based on what Noob Saibot has left, we will give him the Snag, because of course he's going to have the Snag if he doesn't have any other form of combo extension.
That's the problem, though. He doesn't have this.
Oh yeah, no, because that got used up, didn't it? Well, at least if he has one in each,
If
one
he can
way
do
of...
that, if people jump, and if people jump because he jumps, he can teleport and slam. Wait, is that already in the other one?
That's already in the other one as well. Yeah.
I don't even remember.
Air Teddy Slam
yeah.
and then Shadow Portals. His options are spread
At
horribly.
least he has the snag.
At least he has the Snag.
I can't do any of these three, and...
Casually, Noob is the worst character to go against if you get hit once, because you're just gonna have 40% of your health gone. But yeah, no, the Snag gets you a bit closer on its own.
That's an overhead.
Sickle Toss is an overhead.
Is that an overhead? I don't know if that's an
No, that's a mid. If it acts the way Kung Lao's one does, it's a mid.
overhead. Okay.
Are Noob's air attacks any good?
No.
Jumping 1, jumping 2,
Actually, I don't
jumping
know.
3 or 4. Because I think Shadow Dive gives him a bit more credibility when he's in the air. If he doesn't have the teleport attacks,
And
then...
this is good for people who are trying to zone you because it's an overhead.
Yeah, I think that's it. Sickle Toss and Shadow Dive.
So you can combo and he can kind of manage.
He has a
himself.
bit more control than he does with just trying to catch you with the teleport. I agree. Yeah, that's it.
Oh boy. Which one? Should we just?
It's gonna have to be, isn't it? Alright, so he has Marauder, which is really good, and Bone Picker, which is also really good.
If you get people who like to guard or jump, that's good.
Yeah, people
So
that like to
would
run away
like
that
to
are
be
defensive. Yeah, this one's a scrub killer, basically.
Baraka's
Really.
like, no.
You ain't going nowhere! Blood Lunge. Oh, you jumped, Spine Burst.
We don't need to explain the other one.
No, this one kind of speaks for itself. Easy 40%,
No.
50%,
No, that's better.
60%. It depends on when the flag is up. He's just too strong in this one. Damage-wise, anyway. Alright. Baraka left over has... Oh, why would you put Leg Kebab? What? That's got a block late, which was stupid if you get hit by it.
It's good rationale. Staked as shit. But Baraka Zerka.
Baraka Zerka, when you enhance this, it's basically a Blade Charge on the end of it. So having that makes Blade Charge redundant. However, Blade Charge on its own gives you the Crushing Blow if they block late. But does anyone ever block late?
I feel like
Does anyone
if
ever
you're gonna
block
put
late?
the banner bash, then you're gonna have to do something that, because he can't just put it out normally when he's far away. It takes a little longer.
But
So
at least that
have
way...
a good knockdown move so that he can bash, or he can jump into you, do a little baby combo, bash into you.
Yeah, the bash gets the buff out in the form of a combo, which I think is better than him having to try and put
Yeah.
it out as it is. So I think that's essential. That's great for rushing.
Or banner charges for people who think they can jump but they jump late, or people who try to projectile you because they don't know it's armored. Plus, you're not vulnerable after it. You can guard.
Only if you're running up against the wall. If they do successfully jump over you, that's when you're kind of screwed. But the trade-off is pretty fair. And when you're not charging into them with the banner, you can immediately cut the gap with Blade Charge. So I think if not staked, Blade Charge. And not Baraka Zerka, because that's conflicting with the charge. But the charge is armoured, and that has a Crushing Blow, whereas this doesn't.
That's pretty solid.
This was quite literally my set before we changed it.
Yeah.
Meaning we didn't change it. I like this one. I like this one a lot. Raiden. This is not Dark Raiden, this is Tournament 3 Raiden. Raiden has the Spark Port and Storm Cell. You pretty much always see the Storm Cell, and they Spark Port to try and start that. Raijin means like thunder something. The Rai part is thunder. Thunder God? I don't know. I'm thinking too much now.
We know which one's more popular.
This one got buffed for them to try and get people to use it. Like, well, yeah, no, people just need to use this one more. That's why they did it. Quick Charge is nice. Electric Burst is very nice. They're all very nifty and they look cool to pull off, but again, looking cool doesn't win fights, I guess. So you have to deal with the fact that this one is still stronger. But if we were to do things based on what Raiden has left, oh, his moves.
If he has the God move, I'll find the God move very funny.
Gain access to 4 additional attacks with 1 slot. But
at the same time, he...
Are they any good though, the ones in here?
Yeah, he can...
Does it give him control? Damage? What do you think he gains from having this?
Damage, mostly.
Oh, okay. Joe Push is very good though.
Can't really go near him because he'll go like this.
So you can control and sort of extend combos? Sort of?
That's not an extender.
It's not an extender.
Yeah.
Pass frames?
The Joe Push.
Yeah. Ender? What does it do?
It's just fast.
Oh, okay. So it catches people off guard. But then I guess Lightning Storm, if he has the space, he can try and get the opponents guessing what he's going to do next. But Joe Push, if you're too close, is him basically saying back off. You threaten Earth Realm. Move yourself before I move you. And it takes up 2 slots. I'm thinking if not Joe Push, then it's going to be these two. Because he doesn't have anything else, does he?
No.
He's spaced out very well. So it's either this, or no Rolling Thunder, no Super Bolt, and a Joe Push. What's the range on Joe Push, though? Not full screen, is it? If it's not full screen, then forget it. Yeah, I think this is it. This is it for Raiden. We'll expect to see this. Watch this space for any of the Tournament 3 variations that we have been looking to see if they make it. Jacqui Briggs. Completely untouched. And I wonder why I can't win against them online. I know nothing.
You wanted to practice for 3 minutes.
And I got bored. That's what it was. I got bored. I used this one and I got the same combo that I see done on me all the time. And I got bored. So this one has Lethal Clinch, which we know what does. Cybernetic Override lets her cancel out of some moves, which is annoying because she can cancel out of a lot of them. A Robo Grappler, why does she even have that? Just why? Next gen has a grenade launcher, the dive bomb.
I'm seeing this one a lot more.
I like the dives, you know? The dives, people jump a lot.
Hers is fast.
Hers is really fast. Yeah, Tech Dome
Scares me.
reduces the damage taken inside it. Both of her sets are pretty good, actually. This one gives her some zoning capability, whereas this one, if she's in your face and you can't do anything about it...
Sorry.
Yeah, you've lost that match. Sorry, yeah. Empty. Based on what Jacqui Briggs has left, we
Have
think...
not much to work with.
Hyper Knee crushes the opponent with a lunging knee.
Hello.
What does that replace?
Nothing.
It adds it. Oh yeah, no, it adds it. I just literally read that.
The rockets could be annoying because they're mids, aren't they?
Shots are replaced with rockets. Can they pop you up? Or launch? Combo extension, possibly? Zoning, maybe. I don't know. She doesn't have that, does she?
No.
Fall down and cause a quake.
Worst version of thingies.
A special jump that covers a great
Hello.
distance.
I love me my jumping ones.
Anti-zoning. Anti-zone pounding is just a small counter to people that are grounded. And the hyper knee. If there's a crushing blow on the hyper knee, which I don't know if there is, I'm thinking this is the set. Enhanced air blast, what does that do? Modifies can now be amplified, causing Jacqui to hover briefly. Why have that across all of those moves when she can just do that?
She can't hit you for it. It's probably like Kabal's gas bar. She can kick you, but can't like.
It's sort of anti-zoning. She at least has an answer to when projectiles are being thrown into her face if she has this.
Yeah, I think her rocket launcher's got potential.
What would you replace that with? Of all, I think ground pound would
Get
go.
rid of the ground pound.
Ground pound for projectile. Yeah. Okay.
Because that way she can zone you. If she's getting out zoned, she can jump away. I don't know what Hyper Knee does, so I'm not gonna comment on that.
Yeah, I don't know. It goes upwards.
By the looks of it.
Yeah, so that could be an anti-air, but prototype rocket also goes upwards.
Oh, we must have.
2 anti-airs. This is the problem.
That goes up and down though.
We know nothing with
Hyper
Jacqui.
Knee just goes up.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe
I think
no
it would
hyper
be.
knee. Yeah, and then
What's that? That could be helpful. Because it does cause her to hover. So.
that goes well with the rocket, and she can still anti-zone with
Yeah.
this build overall.
I
Actually,
like that.
I think I agree. This is actually growing on me. It's more practical, in terms of like all the moves that she has. They go well with each other.
Whoop whoop.
That's Jacqui Briggs done.
Can I do the next one? It's in my blood. Come on, he's got so many stupid sets.
Sub-Zero is just for the Lin Kuei.
I love his voice, man. What do we have? Fuck.
Visually, and by the way he sounds, she believes that Sub-Zero was done perfectly.
Why are some of them just... Oh, whatever.
Yeah, just go empty. Actually, no. Let's just remember what to not put on. Well, actually, no, you know that already, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
Anyway. Right. This is annoying. This is annoying. We have a lot to work with. This is
Oh. Not creeping ice.
No, that's true. I'm thinking ground ice, rising ice, but that'll be fucking OP.
I was thinking, if not ground ice and rising ice, Arctic Trap and rising ice.
Yeah.
Because then at least that way you can slide, enhance the slide, put them into another freeze.
Plus, something tells me they won't put this in. Because it's OP.
Yeah, when you've knocked them down with a move, you can just do that afterwards. And
Yep.
it's already bad enough that Sub-Zero has you guessing already with all his dodgy resets. This is it.
Yeah. It's pretty solid to me.
At least that way he can actually contend with other people that do giant ass combos. If that Sub-Zero gets set up, then it's all good. He said it himself, man. The Lin Kuei are non-ninjas. Do you want to do Kano?
Kano's my boy.
Kano is our boy. Top 3 in
He's
both of
young.
ours. So Ripper and Dirtbag kind of speak for themselves at this point, really. People only ever used Ripper until the patch where Chemical Burn actually hits now, making Dirtbag a bit more viable. And that's it, really. Mind games off of the zoning with Dirtbag. Ripper is just in your face.
It's gotta be.
I think it's the pull and snakebite. The Optic Blast doesn't work in conjunction with the pull. He needs the knife to use the pull.
That's true.
The blast is a crushing blow, yes, but biomagnetic pull, along with the knife, if people don't know what's going to happen next, and decide to act blindly to the fact that he has that, they're just going to drawn in. And that goes well with snakebite, because it sets him up for that.
Can you do that off of that?
I don't know if you can. That's just me hyping up Kano.
I was thinking, obviously he has the
Crushing blow.
but at the same time it's not as fast as the blade toss.
He's much safer off of the blade toss.
Yeah. But this does a bit of damage and you can push them away by enhancing. But what does it do with the blade?
When you throw the blade, and you do the inputs for biomagnetic pull afterwards. Not like immediately after. Well, actually no, immediately after. Once you've thrown the blade, before Kano's animation for the blade toss is over, make the input for magnetic pull, and regardless of whether they've been hit by the blade or not, you'd bring everything back in.
Oh, so no, they can't zone you with that. Because if you're trying to get hit, most people are unsafe when they zone.
It doesn't work
Zone
from
at
full
the same
screen. I think
time.
it's like jumping distance, but still.
Still.
Does Snakebite cover jumping distance?
No.
Oh.
Wait, no, yeah. It's an overhead at jumping distance.
Oh, okay.
'Cause it's mid overhead. So if he misses the first hit, because he's meant to get you the first hit, he'll just hit you over the head.
For the other, sorry. Snakebite didn't work, bring them in. Couldn't bring them in? Well then, based on what they're going to do next, you could just... let me change...
Spaceman.
Yeah, let's change Spaceman. He looks like a... Well, he doesn't look like a spaceman. He just looks like he's not from this planet with this... with this style. Look at it, though! You sometimes forget that that's Kabal under that.
That screams Kabal.
Kabal.
Come on, we gotta add the guy.
Kabal sack, right. He has the rolling buzzsaw, straight buzzing in the air, and he can cancel his dash. This, if you don't know what you're doing against a Kabal, is very lethal. And then clean cut, again, is lethal if you don't know what to expect. Back 1-2 low hook grab is very hard to defend against. I use that all the time. Well, whenever I play with Kabal. I don't use Kabal himself all the time. I'm a bit of a disgrace with Kabal. Nomad Spin is that good against teleporters because it attacks from both sides. And extended hook is a reset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what to do.
Based on what Kabal has left.
Gas. Because when... That's not the gas.
Only slight gas, you know?
Look how weird that fucking picture looks. Scorpion's just like, what is he doing?
Kabal's like, yeah!
So I'm thinking either parry...
The parry doesn't work on
or
projectiles.
this, but I feel like they might not do this because it's a bit OP.
No, but Kabal doesn't have a combo heavy build
So
as
you
it
can
is.
gas, spin, attack, hook, grab, and then finish the thing.
Kabal doesn't have a big damage build, does he? Because a lot of his big damage comes from having to using his crushing blows. Having to use his crushing blows.
Plus, I feel like they won't put all the gas in because
Gas Blast is kind of pointless.
it's alright if you plus range if you want it, but so again, predictability if you can't predict what he's going to do next. But that's good in combos.
I think they don't make sense with each other though either.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, he's gonna have Gas Blast with the slight gas. And this one's just gonna be based on how gassy Kabal is. His life support is malfunctioning! He's now flying everywhere!
Oh, finally.
The
Something tells
chosen
me
one.
no one's going to use his third one because no low fireball. Wait, do both his sets have the low fireball?
No.
Okay.
Luan Quan is the one with the low fireball.
One, okay.
Yeah, Luan Quan has the Shaolin stance.
We're probably saying that wrong.
We are Luohan Quan.
Wah.
Luohan.
Wah, Quan.
Yeah, no, the Shaolin stance is very dodgy. If he has that set up, he can either cancel and then continue what he was doing. The low is the most abrupt thing to get hit by off the Shaolin stance.
I remember that Liu Kang tower is all he was doing from a fight, go like that. And he'd wait for you to come closer.
That was so dumb. Yeah, the Liu Kang and the tag battle tower that we had not too long ago, the AI for that was just stupid. Maybe Kollector was right when he was going on about how dumb Liu Kang is. He's dumber
Even
than he
though
looks.
Shaolin monks, end of story. Anyway.
Yeah. Liu Kang is a dum-dum. We've established this. Yes, he's a dummy. Dragon Parry is really fun, especially when you catch someone off a wake-up. It's great. Very, very rewarding set. But I think a bit too rewarding because Liu Kang has, even without those special moves, he's got a lot of other good things going for
The
him.
thing is though, you don't want to make their third ones shit because if no one uses them, they're going to stick with this one.
Exactly.
And I don't want them to stick with this
No,
one.
no. Liu Kang needs more usage than just this. But how are you going to top that? hardly see that. The teleports are annoying. If people know how to execute the teleports right, you're gonna get caught every time. Mix up mansion.
You can jump everything except his jump in.
No, exactly. That's the problem. If people have a good sense for what you're gonna do next, Wuxi Legend is way better. Complete control. That is controlling, yeah, but not in the same way that this is. This is anxiety-inducing, man. Too much. Way too much.
Anyway, I don't think he should teleport. I don't get why he can teleport.
Adds Shaolin Vanish. Gain the ability to teleport. But he doesn't do anything off of it, though.
Oh, that's true.
That's a command grab. Why not? And...
we're in a shimmy here.
this is a problem.
Should he have the vanish or the command grab?
You can have the command grab. No Vanish for you, Liu Kang, because you've already got Dragon's Gift. And Dragon Fire, with having Dragon's Gift, gives him access to a teleport anyway. So why give him a third one and try to say that the selling point of that is a teleport?
Can you combo off of the
Dragon Gifts?
the
Kasari-san.
only other move left?
Oh, what?
The nunchaku stance.
No. This is based on his nunchuck, actually, so this is actually quite... this is a weapon-based variation.
Back to what I said. I don't know.
I don't know either. That's got a few mix-ups in it.
If you can teleport, he can come in your face and do the nunchuck stance. Because it's a quick move. But that's good at the end of thingies. But like I said before, it's not good. It doesn't do much damage on a combo. And I don't see many people do a command grab off doing nothing.
No, that's true.
The only person I've seen do a command grab off nothing is Kano. He just one bar checks in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, no, I've seen Kotal do his one, actually. But Kotal's nowhere to be seen as it is. Rip.
So I say...
energy parry is kind of...
teleport.
the same.
Energy parry's in his thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So I say teleport. Instead of...
oh, he gets to teleport again. What a bastard.
But you can't attack off of it.
I think if anyone claims that they're good with Liu Kang, if this was Tournament Variation 3, the official one, if this is what it is, if you want to say that you're a good Liu Kang player, you would have to master this before you have that title. Because, I'm sorry, it's too easy to do well with these two. If you want a real challenge and claim that you're good, use this. There we go.
Actually, I think you have to be a bit smarter to use the Dragon's Gifts. Because you need to know, are they going to jump? What they're going to do, knowing the player.
Yeah, that's true. Well, it depends on what level of play you're at, really.
Anyway.
Kitana! And do you know what? What's funny? We haven't disconnected in a while.
Shut up.
We haven't disconnected in a long time. Kitana has a lot of presets made. But Fanfare has the Fan Flutter. Lets her hover for a brief moment in the air. Good defensively. Ground War is the booty smash. Royal Protection. Yeah. Highborn is...
I hate this one.
this is basically... oh! Melina's apparently my sister, so I took all her moves. And Adenian Razors. If you get hit by all the razors, that's pretty bad. That's quite a lot of damage. But you hardly ever do, because...
I think with this one, if you can read, you're done for. Well, not you, but your opponent.
yeah, if your opponent is well ahead in the board game that is the fight, right? You're gonna lose.
Combo-wise, it's pretty bad, but...
yeah, that's true, but... so,
it's
this one...
about combos.
This one's kind of movement. This is defensive movement. This is... offense, but not knowing what's coming. I think Kitana needs a damage-heavy one now. Kitana does hardly anything. That's why you see that one combo over and over again, because that's the only thing she can do.
Well, that's what we're here for.
That's what we're here for. We're going to fix Kitana with her Tournament 3 variation. Or try to. I don't know what Kitana's moves are.
Immobilizes them. Excuse me.
Doesn't she already have this?
I think
Like,
it does.
yeah, the fan lift.
Does she have that?
Tornadoes grow and immobilize. It grows. Meaning you're more likely to catch them.
Fan lift.
Yeah. This gives Kitana less... well, no, more of a break in terms of using that to try and extend combos, because it can still immobilize opponents afterwards as it grows.
Give her, like, a low fan touch, because Both her enhanced fan go overhead. Not overhead, over the highs. So low, she makes you forget with build zoning.
Dancing fans are stupid.
I hate that move.
Add piercing, throw fan downwards. This is zoning. Ugh. Fan advance retreat, propel forward or backwards during jumps. Vidanian twist.
She has a Vidanian twist, doesn't she?
Spin forward with multiple hits.
Oh, I know she doesn't. Actually, no, I don't even know.
Oh, this is trickier than I thought, actually. Fan lift. What?
Break away from it. If you immobilize it, I assume they're still on the ground.
But then that changes her approach to that. No, it actually really doesn't. She'll still.
If you're in the corner, she can just jump in, kick, task you, and then turn to.
I think either way, regardless of whether Fan Nado was there or not, she still has that crushing blow that comes off of doing that giant combo.
Oh, that's true.
Low Fan toss is just good from a distance, because you know.
Should we turn her into Jade?
I was thinking turn her into Jade and just do that.
Yeah, well we can't.
You
That's
can't.
awkward.
Oh snap. Okay, these two conflict actually. So no. Kitana, you're the Khan of Outworld. You're not your bodyguard. Jade is your bodyguard. You are not your own bodyguard.
Oh my god.
You can't be like
I
Jade.
don't even remember what's in her things.
No, me neither. Low fan toss is good.
I know.
Adds retreating and advancing fan flutter moves. She's already got fine movement with Square Wave.
You can block Square Wave.
Yeah.
Square Wave has a crushing blow.
Yeah, Square Wave has a crushing blow, but she can jump and like move from side to side with it. Going back to what I said about how you can use those types of special moves for movement.
Can she kick you? Like Kabal. I assume it's 2 slots, so it probably does the same thing.
Yeah, probably, but during jumps.
Yeah,
That's really
kick
strong.
you, punch you, then lift you.
Katana's a bit stronger.
A bit.
She can hit 2 overhead kicks with down back 2, and down back 1 is a low fan toss. If that can be enhanced in the same way that Liu Kang's one can. Low fireball.
I don't think it's enhanced.
Fair enough. It gets people to either crouch block or jump over it easier, which you can then do that off of.
There we go, we're done here.
Creates a whole new opening in itself, and because you can get 2 overhead kicks with that. That's it. Yeah, this is it. But a bit disappointed though, because I didn't know what else Kitana had. But from what she's got, just the My boy! Look at that, 51 skins. Alright, Kung Lao is literally 2 slot mania, and it's horrible. This is really fun, because the guided hat, you can actually steer to be low if they think they can crouch block it. If they think they can jump over it, bang. Guided hat is really strong. Z hat, enhancing it, lets you move off quicker, and if they're guarded, all the hits, you're going to either get grabbed, or you're going to have some twin kicks in your face, depending on what you do in response to Kung Lao moving towards you. As if you have any sort of chance after that. Air teleport, fun, but if you've seen how I use it, not fun. That's a whole new video in itself, I think.
Well, you can go frozen.
I can't avoid projectiles, can I? I either jump into them or I teleport into it and get hurt anyway. I'll try and make a montage for that at some
I
point.
still don't get why Scorpion can teleport in the air without having it as an ability.
Air helport.
Everyone else with a teleport.
It's just the way that build is made, you know. Like, I don't know.
It's not fair.
I don't know if it's favoritism or not.
Consistency.
There is no consistency. That's the beauty of this
Legit,
game.
everyone else with a teleport in the air has to have it as a... Noob has to have it as an ability. He does.
It's sad, I know. I like this set for 2 reasons. If you're in the corner, you're dead. If you use this mid combo. And defensively, it gives Kung Lao a lot more chances to advance on you. Whilst... yeah, whatever's going on. This is very dangerous. But...
Go on. Get on with it.
empty. With what we have left. 2 slot, 2 slot, 2 slot, 2 slot, 2 slot. Right. My problem with Kung Lao is, and this kind of triggered me at the start, he has all these 2 slot ones. Individually, yes, if you can actually put them into a variation with another 1 slot move that works well with it, yeah, great. You only have 5 variations, and 5 isn't enough to get all of these moves in between them. You're going to miss out on one. And in my case, I've been missing out on hat possession. Because I've tried using it, and I'm not going to lie, it kind of sucks. Because it follows the person that it's surrounding. So it orbits around the character regardless of where they move. If hat possession orbited that particular spot, that would mean the character has to jump over it. Otherwise they're going to get hit for 70. Because the hat in each variation here that it can be used does 70 if it hits. Yeah. 7%. And the drop off on that is hardly anything. That's why it's so easy to do so much damage with that in the corner. If you use it offensively.
I'll say...
It shouldn't orbit around the opponent. It should orbit around the point at which the opponent was when you use that move.
Alright, calm down.
I'm just a bit triggered. It makes hat possession a bit pointless to me. Because if it follows them, they're not going to get hit by it if it's following them.
Right, I get it. They're not gonna... Yeah, I get it.
You get it, but
I'll say Bustle or Spiritual Guidance.
I'm
You're gonna have to go with the fucking Possessed Hat. Or what? Not the hat Possessed Hat. What's it called? Oh, it is called Possessed.
Yeah. I was thinking either... You see, this is where Kung Lao gets really interesting, because Spiritual Guidance, combo extender, without using the spin. Great for zoning. Vortex, spin rapidly damaging the opponent. It acts like Kitana's fan lift, in a way. It lifts them up.
Very slow,
If you do it in the air, it works instantly. So off a jump kick, bang.
Oh.
So...
Shit.
Kung Lao's one is actually one of the hardest ones to decide. Buzzsaw, again...
I don't think they'll put Buzzsaw, it's a bit OP.
But that's the thing. I don't know. They have 3 choices here. We're going to leave this one a bit open because they could put anything.
I think Spiritual Guidance might be the one they go with because...
There's more diversity.
Yeah, it just looks more appealing.
Yeah, but what one slot would they put with it, though?
The Possessed Hat.
Possessed
It's
Hat.
not in any of his.
Okay. Okay, so it's either going to be this or Buzzsaw Possessed Hat, which doesn't... they don't look like they go well together.
Just keep the Spiritual Guidance, you can zone with it as well. Zoning Kung Lao.
They see that and like, what the f*** is going on with that hat? And then Great Kung Lao comes out and just Spirit Burst too. I think this is it.
Yeah.
This is it. But if I were to have more time, and if there were more variation slots overall instead of 5, I would have one of every possible 2-slot combination that there is with Kung Lao, because they're all fun in their own way. Apart from hat possession. Change hat possession just a little bit.
This is what happens when you have to customize your main.
Kung Lao's not my main. Anyway, Jade. Change to T3.
Change you.
Oh, whichever.
It's a nice skin.
Jade's attacks are really fun. This is just the Queen of Zoning. My god. This is really fun for Rushdown. But taking all that away, based on whatever's left over, we're going to make Jade...
Which one of these two is better? I like my dodging shadows. I don't
Delia's Dance. Delia's Dance. Put Delia's Dance. Think about it. You don't need the... Because that only does... That does hardly anything. So that's good. This is Mix-Up Mania. This is Mix-Up Mania. So you've got Zoning, Rushdown, and the most insane pressure.
I just wish they had this. That's her best rank. Oh well. Doesn't matter. That was easy.
That was really easy. Wow.
Oh, I might as well do her as well, I guess. Don't have much to choose from.
Skarlet, what do you think of Skarlet?
She's slow.
Oof.
Oof, too slow.
Too slow.
Basically. Yeah.
Dagger Dance is a parry. Does that have a Crushing Blow on it? It does, doesn't it? That's fun. Crushing Blows are fun.
Fucking teleport's slow as hell.
Blood Port got nerfed a little bit, I think. Blood Ritual.
No one uses Blood Ritual.
Okay. Blood Drive. Blood Flow is fun to speed up and then slow down afterwards. Makes people guess, can I jump over that? Nope, I'm going to end up jumping into it. Oops.
More popular is this though, of course.
Now,
Anyway.
Based on what Skarlet has left over, what would we do here?
She
Wow.
only has 1-2 slot, lol. Okay.
She's laughing. She can do whatever she wants. No compromises whatsoever.
I'm saying this because they fall from it, so you can like choose where you go afterwards.
Do you have the frame advantage off of it?
Yeah.
Okay. I said this at Kitana, so it's been a while in itself.
Okay. Well. That's all she needs. Nah, because compared to these two.
A trap that
Ooh,
prevents opponents from
that
cancelling
gets
its
rid of
special
her
moves. Her zoning.
Hello, projectile.
People
Yeah,
jump
you
over
can-
that all the time, though, don't
Yeah,
they?
but you can get plus frames from it if you do it in a combo. But they're still stood if you enhance it.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure if that works in the same way. That's my only issue.
They don't fall, they just choke. It is plus frames, but that's plus frames too, but she hits you until fall.
That does more damage as well, I swear.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does. Reducing common attacks. Put it in order. You need Blood Tentacle. Blood Tentacle is very good.
So Crimson Shield and Red Rain.
Yeah.
Blood rains down and gives a temporary damage buff, reduces incoming damage while active.
So she's got a combo with that.
Red Rain and Boiling Point is...
She's
that's
still
going to
got
be
her
really
zoning.
scary. She still has her zoning, and she can sponge a few more hits if you get them. Can you have them both active at the same time?
I don't know.
I think, if possible, then this leaves a lot of...
I think Red Rain's slower. Because she stabbed herself.
And Crimson Shield is just like, oh!
I'll leave this one to you.
One of the better designs for a character in the Mortal Kombat universe in a long time. You didn't expect a cowboy among all of these
Amongst gods.
other characters, did you? You
Like-
just didn't.
You have gods, robots,
Ninjas,
ninjas,
monks,
cowboy.
hardcore special forces. Alright, Mr. Cowboy here. 52 card pickup is probably his best one. Enhanced lock and loaded. Several additional attacks from the use of the rifle. Outworld Gunslinger is really good. Scud Shot.
Can I just say that I prefer the second one? It's just stupid.
I don't know which one I
He
prefer
has a
anymore.
fucking TNT.
But yeah, so Barking Irons is the second one. Cattle Toss, Command Grab, very strong.
His probably the strongest command grab.
Yeah. It's really hard to pull off though in a big combo because his back 222 is a dial up. And timing it is... Oh, that's just an issue I've had. I can't quite time the Cattle Toss
I
with...
can time it.
Okay, well TNT Toss is always fun. Won a match against you with it. You tried to grab me and kill me.
Oh.
It didn't work. Loser. Rattlesnake Slide Enhanced lets you cancel. This is great for combo extension into a Cattle Toss for more damage. So overall, this is his most damaging one, but it's really technical and requires a lot of execution to actually pull that
Also
off.
Getting rid of your spit.
And getting rid of the spit. But you can slide and enhance to get the spit out anyway, so he has two different things. A TNT and a spit, which is disgusting. Because if there's a deterrent spit out, and you decide, I'm going to throw a TNT, and you're either going to jump back into the spit for more damage, or risk coming at me because you're tired of the deterrent spit damage and get blown up.
Should I say what would be OP?
I think based on what Erron Black has left over, that's got to be it. That's an anti-air, which doesn't even...
He can just shoot you.
Yeah. I've tried using up Peacemaker. I don't like it.
I don't hit it. I can't hit it.
I've hit it a few times. It does a throw's worth of damage.
Does it?
Yeah, it does a throw's worth, but it's just so stupid. They have to be jumping in your face. So you get knocked down, and people anticipate you're going to do a wake-up, so they're going to jump. You get up and do an up Peacemaker.
Beast trap, roll, and slide enhance, go acid pour, easy 40 damage. And you barely did anything. But I think this is okay because Nether Beast takes a while to set up, and if you get hit, even if you're guarding, it's...
This is if you feel like you can end the fight really quickly, because Acid Pour,
And
with
it
the
doesn't-
spit set up,
And you have to actually think with it, because...
you got to think and take your chances. Again, this is much like the Liu Kang setup, where if you think you're great, this tournament variation is an opportunity for you to prove that you're even greater than what you thought you were. by making this work online. My god.
I just find the beast trap funny.
The beast trap is really funny, especially when you enhance it, you kick it at them.
Next.
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 This is fucking busted. Too much. This is way too much.
Yeah, but his nether beast is slow, so...
Yeah, that's true. Oh, this is gonna be fun, isn't it?
I love her face under the hood.
This one has been buffed recently, but you might also get a third tournament variation. I don't like this one.
I think I know what you're going to put in it.
I don't like this one.
I used to use this one because, you know, the crushing blows. But ever since... I did use Arachnophobia before, but because Widow's Kiss was so slow, you couldn't do anything from it. And now, it's faster.
And Deadly Swarm has a crushing blow. So this completely took a dump on this set. This is very technical and you can get big damage with it. But if you're not a very technical person and you just like to get your damage up front, this is probably a bit easier.
Let's go.
Alright, what does Devora have left over? Why is this a 2-slot?
The thing where she rolls in the air. No, the roll in the air.
What's that called? Oh, that has a crushing blow on it. Hit twice in a row. Why is this not in any of them to begin with?
Good range too.
Ah, very strong. You can do it off the ground or in the air.
Motherbugs troll. I thought it was when you die you come back to life, but you have to have like really low health.
5%
so that's
HP.
pointless.
If you get hit by an uppercut,
unless you're guarding and you know exactly how to tech throws, so people don't grab you right at the end.
I think there's too much risk involved in this. This is just a gimmick. They wouldn't make this tournament variation number 3 for Devora. That's just way too much.
No, I'd love her little fly thing, but it's kind of stupid because you can't attack her in it.
Release a bug that scurries on the ground. Can you know what Kabal does with the slight gas? Can he kick off? He can kick off of it. Can Devora cancel the flyby with a kick?
Coming down, but I don't know. She just makes a stupid noise when she flies.
I think this is good for movement. Devora doesn't have very much of that. She does, but in the form of attacks. This is more...
She can get away when you try to get close, she flips you out. It's got a crushing blow on it.
Bombardier Beetle mixes you up a little bit.
She still has a combo thing.
Yeah.
A mini combo.
And I think of all the other things that there are left, Agitate the Wasps, they attack when Devora is hit. Oh, actually. Oh, shit. This is harder than I thought.
Oh! But do they have to be on them?
It's the ones that are surrounding her. Agitate the Wasps upon executing the move, and they attack when Devora is hit. Does their hit have any properties, or is it just chip damage?
It's probably chip damage though.
See, I don't know.
So you're sacrificing movement in order to do little bits of damage.
But you can compensate by having more movement within that. So when a Super Swarm is up, and they respect that, and understand what it does, they're going to keep their distance until it disappears. That's when you flip out on them.
Could you still have the crushing blow on that?
The hit twice in a row one?
No, and then grab. Because surely that means that they're still on there. Actually, no.
No, because that leaves Wasps on them. All the Wasps stay with Devora in this one, but...
Yeah.
I think this is it. Because it's like, you can't hit me whilst they're up, but because you're not going to hit me...
if you have really low health, you're not going to want to risk hitting. How long is it active for, I
I don't know. But if it's active long enough, I think this is it.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got Mr. Kotal.
Kotal Kahn.
Kotal Kahn.
For the culture! Tournament Variation 3. Kotal music video coming soon. I've been saying that for a lot of these characters. But let it be known here that Kotal is the first one. Alright. He has Totemic, which has the cat. Both attack types of the cat and the blood totem. Which is good because the cats draw a lot of blood off of the bite, so... I think that's good. Keeps Kotal alive that little bit longer.
Yeah.
Ascension is where all of his big damage comes from, though. If you're not keeping Kotal alive by draining the blood of the opponent, you're just doing that anyway.
Me likey the cat one.
I think I prefer the cat one. But at the same time,
I like my air moves. My air movement. Because I jump a lot.
It's more valuable in this game because everything is so slow.
I jump a lot and I tend to get uppercutted a lot, so...
Yeah.
If I do my move, then we both get hit. Okay.
Based on what Kotal Kahn has left, we will give him... That has a crushing blow.
Does it?
Well, yeah. I think, well, any form of the discus is still a crushing blow. That's a nice anti-air. Which doesn't replace the cut. He still has the cut in both of these. For miss whatever it is.
What's Grand Discus?
Grand Discus delays it and he rolls forward, closing the gap. But in the time he's closing the gap, he elbows the opponent, so you get 2 possible hits in that.
Is that better than the raise? But that can hit you from afar.
I think that's active full screen as well. So even when you jump it, because the razor's still active, you'll get hit by it. So I think that's overall safer. That gives him another anti-air, which I think is a bit quicker.
It's got good range too.
Yeah, when you enhance it. Now, I'm thinking... Because he does need to amplify a lot of his moves to get the most damage out of them. Increases gauge generation. So he has his meter a lot sooner. Because he already has more health as it is, so why would you reduce the damage he takes? Because the fact that he has 100 extra health is a...
And he doesn't seem like a damaging one on this set.
No. That, putting this on would mean I'm duplicating because I want the Khan cut with this.
Yeah.
So for the sake of no duplicates, I think this is probably the best one.
Makes sense.
It's all light based as well.
Sweet.
Sunny day.
It's like...
Yeah.
easy.
That was alright actually.
Next.
Next. Geras. Tournament 3. What a giant blockhead, man. I like Geras, but at the same time I don't like Geras, if that makes sense.
After seeing that Chronica ending, I don't think so.
What a suck up. Sucks up worse than Liu Kang does. My god.
Just looks dumb.
Can cancel out of basic attacks. Oh, I didn't want to do that, Nee. I wanted to use my other one. This one is not bad. Great for combo extension with the stepping it back, because you can hit your strongest basic moves and add them into a combo. And his combos are pretty crazy as it is. But people use this one more. Because combo extension and crushing blows. Ugh. Ugh. Crazy. Both of his sets are decent. But if we take all that away and make Geras his own Tournament Variation 3, he will have... I don't think... No.
It's like mercy myself.
Yeah. I get an extra mercy.
I feel like you'll be under a bit of pressure, and instead of
I don't think
managing to get that up, you'll end up getting killed while trying to do it, because you're like, oh fuck, I need a...
It's like the mother bug.
Yeah.
I think it's a waste. Great gimmick, but waste to put it in a competitive build.
What's Shang Tsung
Can create and teleport into a clone. That very good defensively, I think.
I think that's like
It gets him out of
Kollector,
trouble.
except you don't reflect anything.
It gets you out of trouble whenever you decide to use it. You're about to eat a fatal blow. Whew! Back to where my clone was.
That is true.
Gain the ability to rewind time. Add or remove time from the clock. Hinder the opponent's movement. You see, my problem is...
One thing you could do is set up the sand. When they're going to try and advance on you, once they've done the sand, you can just teleport behind them or something.
Yeah, that's true. My problem is... the rest of the ones that are actually good with this, that aren't duplicates, are 2 slots. This is Geras' Tournament Variation 3, everybody.
Yeah? Will do.
My god, because can you... Or...
I think the time things...
He can trap you in sand, and if Geras is winning, he can just take time off the clock whenever he wants.
Ah, Oh fuck, yeah, he traps you so you can't get close. And then he's just taking time off because he's...
Geras wants a quick win, guys.
Yeah.
This is what Tournament Variation 3 is all about. Get your crushing blows in, trap them in the sand, take time off the clock, done. Although, no, do you know what?
Does it take, how long does it take? 10 seconds?
It takes like 30 seconds off?
No, it doesn't take 30 off.
20.
It's like 10.
It takes quite a bit off.
It's not
The
that
timer's 90 seconds, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 10. I was doing it 2 once. It took like 10 off.
Oh, okay.
It's not that much.
I think this is a clutch setup. If you've hit all your crushing blows, and you've trapped them in the sand loads, and they have no way of escaping, you're fine.
If they can teleport, just with Scorpions, if they can still teleport in there, just duck it.
Yeah. Oh, this is too strong. This is very controlling. I don't want to put the other ones, because they seem gimmicky. And why would you want to rewind time?
I think it's still easy to counter because you can just not get stuck in the sand. Or maybe have the upper hand in the first place.
Yeah.
Just don't let him do anything.
I think it's either this.
Yeah, I like that.
This is good. Or, if it's not this one, it's going to be one of two. It's going to be this, lost time and spare time with shifting sands, or sand simulacrum, and reawakened. Or, wait. Just want to check I'm not missing anything.
I like how in order for him to teleport, he has to create a clone. Everyone else is like, wow.
I can teleport straight from the off. Yeah, loser. This one seems too gimmicky, actually. Let's stick with this one.
Yeah, I like that.
Very controlling
use that
and
myself.
very subtle pressure. Not the pressure of his offense and the frame advantage he has off of some of his attacks, just the fact that the clock is ticking and he controls it, as well as where you are.
Look at his face. Does he look like he cares about your precious seconds?
No.
He wants to end this quickly.
This
Just zoom in on his face.
this one, just know his crushing blows and know when to stop time and freeze them in place with the shifting sands.
Gonna have fun with the next one. He barely has any moves, does he?
Yeah, that's Geras done, isn't it? Alright, Kollector.
I love me Kollector. He's growing on me.
Kollector.
No! No, keep the pig. Oh, you have good names for him.
No, T3 for reference. We'll keep these ones as they are and see if this is what happens to them. Alright. Kollector has back in the pack.
Spare change.
Spare change.
So he has a thing and just, yeah.
Up demonic mace, demonic clutch, and fade out. I don't ever use demonic clutch because
I do.
I just don't
I don't
ever
use the
see the right
mace.
time to use it. I use the mace a lot. I fully charge up the mace because I'm just an idiot like that. And sometimes it hits.
Not the up mace.
Just a regular one, yeah. Fade out is fun.
I love the other one. Look at the variety.
There is no variety. There's only one way you use this Kollector. I think they were like, Jade needs a solid counter. What do you guys have in mind? Kollector, full zoning set, much like Jade. Except...
He doesn't get his...
No, actually, no, think about it. Kollector has the relic lure. So he can absorb Jade's ones and set up Vial of Sorrow, so when Jade's dodging shadows eventually runs out, she has to move out of the flames. That's when you catch her with the bag bombs. This is basically just a Jade counter.
Next.
But if we were to make Kollector again with a third tournament variation,
Relic look, walkway toss.
that's a pop-up. There's a crushing blow in that, which can't be used because of Vial of Sorrow. But it's better than the Damned Bowler because you can actually set it up off of the 443.
You can set off the bowler with the 443.
The timing is very too narrow though.
I can do it.
Well, I can't. I'm just trash.
Oh.
Oh, you surprised me at how shit you are.
I don't think he has any other one.
I say that to myself.
He doesn't have another one.
He... Oh shit.
There's Kollector, guys. I think just give him Vial of Sorrow. Fuck it.
For the crushing blow, he's gonna have Vial of Sorrow. This is the one time we go against the no duplicate rule because Kollector just doesn't have any other moves.
And come on,
Did you think that giving him 2 extra pair of arms was okay to leave this?
Surely he should have a move where you can just chuck his knives at you.
He does. It's in his combos.
No, like just...
Oh. You've seen me use it and like, I don't hit the kick, but I throw all the blades afterwards. No one ever does that. But that's why I started doing it. because it actually works. No one expects it. It's funny.
Alright, you hit me.
But
That's-
pop up with that. He's got... That just looks funny. And
Oh
there's a
my
crushing blow
gosh.
if he hits that. Enhancing
Oh
it
my
traps him.
god. Wait, does that pop up?
Yeah.
Shit.
Enhancing it pops them up. And
So
if there's a
you buy
violet...
Sorrow combo, relic walkway toss, you get another pop up.
So, right, yeah. So, Kollector was already pretty damage heavy after the 443. Right? Because it can pop up and you can now do all kinds of crazy combos with it. This! With that, this is his damage set. This is pure damage. Pure damage. And then there's Pig. Alright. I don't deal with soulless pigs, Kollector buddy. You are a soulless pig. And that's why I use you. Sometimes.
Cetrion has a lot of moves.
Cetrion is annoying. But I think we can make her even more annoying.
I'm off to the moon.
I will build Cetrion. But what does she have first? Right, Earthquake. Oof. Oof. Earthquake, man. Great in every game that it's in. 100 base power, 100 accuracy, ground type. Can't go wrong, I'm kidding. Smash the earth, hitting the opponent twice. That can now cancel, so you hit them once. And if you know that they're going to jump it, you cancel and you go on with whatever you want to do next, knowing that the second one wasn't going to hit, hence why you cancelled. I'm thinking too much into this. Saying so much without actually saying anything. Shit. Right, delay boulder bash. Hold it, see what they're going to do next. Change whether you want to hit it downwards or straight. Very scary if you give Cetrion the space to even think for that long. Shattering Boulder has a crushing blow if it blocks any projectile in the first hit after enhancing. Spring Cleaning! Geyser. Fun combo extender. H2 port. A teleport. Very creative name. My god. One of the better teleports of all the characters I can teleport. Very scary set. Just don't know what's coming next. But then again, you don't know what's coming next in this one either. Both great.
Yo, she looks cool.
I know.
I like her customization.
Cetrion, yeah, I agree. Cetrion has the best customization. One of the best.
Sounds like a damn insurance company.
It does.
Nah, I prefer Sub-Zero's customization. I think Cetrion's a bit over the top. I mean, he still looks good, but
She is
some of them are a bit.
She is an Elder God, and Elder Gods are just...
I don't see Raiden. Actually, no, he's not Elder, is he?
Raiden relinquished his
Demi.
status. He's God. He's just God.
Just God.
Yeah. It's underwhelming now,
He has
isn't
a
it?
lot of twos.
My god, yeah. No, Cetrion and Kung Lao have the same problem. Actually, no,
She has
Cetrion
loads
has
in-
more.
She has loads in general, though.
Yeah, no, that's true. They all conflict with each other as well, so when you put one on, you're not really missing out on any of the others.
That's why she has loads of other ones.
Yeah, okay. So, with how Cetrion is in the other two, we're going to build a third one.
Can't have that, can't have that,
Can't have that.
can't have that, yep.
Summon a
Can't
tornado.
have that.
And that, right, okay,
Oh
let's
God,
read these.
Really?
Summon an aura that attacks the opponent when hit. That's if you're in it and you get hit. I think there are a lot of scrubs out there that will try and hit Cetrion whilst she's in it, which is very good. This is a scrub killer set. Well, not killer, but just catches the scrubs off guard. That don't learn anything in the fight. That do the same thing over and over again, thinking that it's going to help them win. My god, that triggers me. But this isn't about me being triggered. This is about Cetrion. Summon an aura that pushes the opponent
So
away.
she can keep zoning you. She's
I
still got
think,
her zoning move.
yeah, that's probably the best one so far. Because all the other ones, the opponent can just close in on you.
Actually, wait, no. What does she have? She has the lasers. She has the tendrils.
She has the rock. She doesn't have the only thing that she doesn't have, unless you put it on, of all the zoning things that she has, is the earthquake.
Yeah. Does she have the high boulder?
Yeah,
Does she?
yeah,
Wait,
she can
what?
throw the rocks.
What are the boulder? The boulder moves. Oh, you did like oh.
So she can just throw it straight away in general.
Okay. Wait, what's at the top?
I keep doing that. I'm like, that's the top. No, it's not. Yeah, there. Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
that's cool. So you can just push them away, like, nah, I want to keep zoning you, buddy.
This, yeah, enforces zoning. But what do the other ones do? Summon an aura that damages the opponent. That's if
Nah.
you're close to Cetrion. If you're close
Why
to
would you be
Cetrion...
close to her? How would you get close? Actually, no. She could get...
See, this is where it gets hard, because
Do
you hit Cetrion, bang, you're going to get hit. That just pushes you away. Get the hell out of here. Let me do my zoning. Oh, you got past my zoning antics. Well, this is going to hurt you the longer you stay in it, trying to hurt me. Summon an aura that allows blocking after any hit. Oh, these are all very good. These are all too good.
Well, that's last. Conflux of elements.
Summon a random elemental aura.
Nah.
I think that's
I
it.
don't like the spontaneity.
No, but think about it. This gives Cetrion all of them
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
at random. So, based on which one she has out, she can act on it. Like, in the way that she would
Oh, that's true.
to go with whichever one that's
Yeah, that's
out.
fine then.
Wins
Wins there, 'cause Fuji.
Cetrion. This is painful. That's painful to look at. You don't know what's coming. And you already had that problem of not really fully knowing what's coming to begin with. You've got all the zoning to deal with. She's got decent mix-ups in her combos. And now there's this! Why did I not see this before? Why? Why? If this is it, you're giving Cetrion basically all of this. And a little tornado. Just a little scrubby tornado with all of this in one. A conflux of elements with some deadly winds. Can't go wrong. That's Cetrion's tournament variation number 3.
Set my soul on fire.
I don't know what to say.
That's weird.
That's
disgusting.
That scares the shit out of me.
Should we try them out? Yeah.
But yeah, I guess, well, we've gone over everyone's tournament variation number 3. If they do get round to that. There's no rush. The game's going well. Take your time.
Spawn's coming out next week, as we all know.
Spawn's coming out next week, as we all know it. Yeah, love that. But, yeah, just take your time, NetherRealm. Make sure you get everything right.
And I swear, if there are duplicates, I'm gonna cry.
If there are any duplicates in any of the tournament variation builds, then everything we've done, apart from Kollector, is wrong. Kollector is the only one that has any sort of chance of being right if there are any duplicates within the third ones. So please don't duplicate. For our sake, please.